Well, it's not every day that we get to unbox a car here at Auto Drive. And since we have the newly launched flagship model of BYD, we thought why not give it a try? Now, are you guys ready for the big reveal? Here you go. So this is the BYD Atto 8, and it's been launched to fill a gap in the market where there's a lack of a 7-seater electrified SUV. Well, how much does it cost? Well, there are two versions available for the Atto 8. The starting price is at 165,000 dirhams, and this right here, the performance version, costs 180,000 dirhams. For that price, you get a lot of premium features like 4-seat massaging, a range of over 660 kilometers, and a 0 to 100 kilometers per hour time of 4.9 seconds. Sounds very interesting, right? Let's check it out. I see the Atto name is not really new to the BYD lineup. In fact, the Atto 3 was their entry-level SUV. Now this, the Atto 8, is not like an elongated version of the previous car. It's in fact pretty much a brand new car altogether. If you take a closer look, you realize that the headlamps are also different, got like a smiley face, because of the way that the headlights have been designed. And there's a very good reason for that. You see, BYD cars from before were designed to look like a dragon's face. But for the 2026 Atto 8, they've evolved that into what they call the loon face, which is a more premium mythical look. The LED headlamps at the front are inspired by the loon eye, and the slim DRLs at the top act like the eyebrows. And right below the headlamps are functional air ducts. Here's a fun fact. These are the only functional air vents you can find in the entire car. For example, there are vents here which are fake. It's only for the aesthetic appeal. And that's the same with the rear as well. But aside from that, every other design feature of the Atto 8 feels purposeful. The Atto 8 is offered as a plug-in hybrid vehicle in the UAE, which is why the design of the car prioritizes aerodynamics over anything else. To aid the same, the Atto 8 gets flush-fitting door handles, EV-optimized Black Edition 21-inch alloys, and a slightly raked roofline that leads into a sporty-looking spoiler with LED brake lights in the middle. The spoiler neatly hides the rear windscreen wiper as well. Finishing off the look are LED tail lamps that, like the DRLs at the front, also gets welcome and goodbye animation. And here is yet another hidden detail behind the design. The overall shape is inspired by the wings of a phoenix, and the LED units have a bamboo joint texture to them. It's hidden Easter eggs like this that makes the Atto 8's design more meaningful than its competitors. Another area where the Atto 8 stands strong is in its proportions. The SUV measures over 5 meters in length, almost 2 meters in width, and thanks to a 1.7 meter height, the Atto 8 can clear the ground by up to 165 millimeters. But there is, however, one important point BYD glossed over, and that is not providing space to store the spare tire. So what BYD has done is thrown it in the boot. Normally, you're supposed to get 960 liters of capacity with the third row seats folded down, but this kind of makes it redundant. This is more of a regional issue because the laws of the UAE states that a spare tire must be provided in a car that is not equipped with run-flat tires. It is a bit of a practical trade-off, I do admit, but the second you step inside, things start to look better. Much, much better. So just like how the exterior had a very minimalistic and sleek design, the interior also follows a similar design language. You have very little physical buttons to interact with. It's a very minimalistic design. All the controls of the car are pretty much controlled from the 15.6-inch infotainment system, which is slap dab in the middle. And then you have the instrument cluster, which is a 10.25-inch unit. Now here, you get all the essential details, like the range in the kilometers, the speed, obviously. But an interesting feature here is that it supports Waze, not Google Maps, weirdly enough. So when Waze is running in the infotainment system, the screen splits into two, and the bottom half shows you the navigation of wherever you want to go. Now that's something that I've not seen in previous BYD cars. And elsewhere, it's a pretty nice place to be in. All the major touch points have a leatherette upholstery on them, so it feels very premium. And the glasses are also double glazed glasses, so that reduces the amount of wind noise that comes in when you're driving at high speeds. Oh, and speaking of things that are hidden from plain sight, here's another one. The windshield wipers have this neat trick where the washers are integrated into the wipers themselves, making them a lot more efficient than traditional windshield washers. BYD has specced the car with all the essentials. Right below the infotainment system, you got a 50-watt wireless charger for your phone, and thanks to the addition of wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you don't need to worry about wires dangling in the cabin. The infotainment system is paired to a 10-speaker DIN audio system in the premium variant or a massive 21-speaker setup if you go for the performance model. For a clearer understanding, here is a list of all the features available with both the premium and the performance variants listed side by side. And because this is the 2026 flagship, they haven't held back on safety either. You get the full DiPilot 5 suite, which includes a 26-inch wide heads-up display and even a driver monitoring camera to ensure that the driver doesn't get distracted. The Atto 8 also comes with a feature called nap mode, where the driver's seat moves into zero gravity mode. It's perfect for when you want to get some shut-eye, but it's not just about the driver. In the back, you've got independent HVAC system with its own controls. And like I already mentioned, the second row passengers gets heating, ventilation, and even massaging. The space for the rear occupants is more than sufficient for people who are 6-footers or even slightly taller. There are even controls on the front passenger seat to help improve legroom for people seated at the back. However, a feature that has been given a miss here is a sunroof. The third row, though, is better suited for kids. On the practicality front, you get USB ports, both A and C in the front and back, and plenty of spaces to store large half-liter bottles. Okay, so it is loaded on the inside. But what really matters is how you feel behind the wheel, isn't it? So the Atto 8 is offered in two variants. The premium variant, which is the base variant, is equipped with a 19 kWh battery pack. And the performance version is powered by a 35.6 kWh battery pack. Now, BYD claims that the premium variant gets up to 728 kilometers of range, whereas this, the performance version, gets up to 668 kilometers of combined range. Now, when it comes to the driving feel, it drives pretty much like an electric car, so it's quiet most of the time until you put your foot down and you hear the engine switch on. And that's the thing that amazes me. It picks up speed at the drop of a dime. And thanks to the way the body is designed, coupled with the intelligent monocoque chassis, there is very little body roll that is felt when you're thrashing the car around the corners. And the powertrain does a really good job to mask that 2.5-ton weight as well. And the steering is also light, and it stays light as well, even if you change the modes. Thanks to ventilated disc brakes on all 4 tires, braking confidence is also excellent. The ride quality is sublime, considering that the Atto 8 still uses double wishbone suspensions. And another thing that surprised me is the power delivery. BYD claims that the performance variant can produce a combined 480 horsepower and 580 Nm of torque. Now, as we approach a stretch of empty road, let's test out the 0 to 100 time now. So 4.9 seconds is what BYD claims the performance version can do. From my experience, I think that's a hard number to beat. But we have to give it a fighting chance, so let's test it out. Putting the car into sport mode. Brake pedal fully pressed, accelerator fully pressed. Lifting off in 3, 2, 1. It pulls back strong. Boys. And the engine is switched on now. And that was 100. So the best we could do was 6.3 seconds. That's a bit slower than what was claimed. BYD aims to target the family haulers, right? People who have regular school runs and grocery runs with this car. And for that purpose, it fits the bill perfectly. To summarize the car, here are 5 things that I like and 5 things I don't like about the Atto 8. Let's start off with the good things, right? First off is the build quality. It's built very solid, and with those chunky doors, it feels like it's built like a tank. Then comes the drivability, the acceleration, the handling, and the ride quality is, in my opinion, the best in its class. Then comes the 4 seats with massaging features. That's the first in its class. Then we move on to how comfortable the cabin is, with the extra amount of space that you get and the lack of any wind noise makes it feel very premium. And finally, even though it's an electric car, the fact that it eliminates range anxiety is a huge plus. Now comes the cons. So this is a bit sensitive, so stick with me. And I might be nitpicking here and there, but stay with me. The first point is that since it is an electric car, it lacks any sense of drama. Even though it accelerates instantly, you don't get the sort of drama that you get with ICE-powered cars that we've all been used to. The second point is that because it uses a range extender technology with the help of a 1.5-liter petrol engine, the engine noise when you're driving at higher speeds is very noticeable. Then comes the fact that it does lose out on a few premium features, like a retractable sunshade at the rear. We did test out cars like the Lynk & Co. 09, which also falls in the same price category, and it does get features like that. So that, I think, is a point worth noting. And then the spare wheel in the boot. It eats up a whole lot of space and it makes the third row seats pretty much redundant. And finally, the styling. I personally am not a big fan of it. Even though it's wide, it's not as imposing enough to make people move out of the way when you're on the highway. But the bottom line is BYD has done it again. The Atto 8, I feel, has completed the lineup in BYD's portfolio. So they have a car for every category now. And if you're looking for a family hauler that is understated, but at the same time performs better than most of its competitors, then well, this is a great option for you. Now, if you feel like you want to try the car out before you fully commit, you can try out platforms like self-drive, where you can rent or lease a car for a period of time and get the whole feel of the car before you fully commit. Now, soon enough, the whole range of BYD cars will be on the self-drive app, so keep a lookout for that. And that's it for today's video. You've been watching Auto Drive powered by Self-Drive. This is Philip signing off.